Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today I'm going to be discussing things to consider when deciding which law school to attend. Now, this is a very important video and there are a lot of factors that need to be taken into account when deciding what law school to attend. So I have a list right here of things that you need to consider when deciding what law school you want to go to and what law school to attend and what law school to apply to. So let's get right into it. So number one is your LSAT score. Your LSAT score is very, very important. Now, recently, some schools have completely wiped away LSAT score. They're not considering it. So this won't apply to those schools. Most of those schools are top schools. So this first one won't really apply to those, but a lot of schools still do require the LSAT. So LSAT score is very important because this is something that really helps schools determine if they want to choose you to be accepted. And the thing is, a lot of schools use this to determine, like, this could be a deciding factor because a lot of schools have an average LSAT score that they accept, and a lot of schools want to stay within that average score, or some schools are trying to even increase that average score because they want to make it to the top of rankings. So I'm sure a lot of other stuff goes into rankings, but regardless, the LSAT score is very important. It's really just another factor to kind of, what's the word? Yeah, I can't think of the word, but the LSAT is just another factor that law schools use to determine how qualified you are. Now, it is not the end all be all. Your LSAT score does not define you. It does not mean that you're smart, or, I mean, I'm not gonna say it doesn't mean you're smart, but it doesn't mean that, like, you're dumb or whatever the case may be. Like, it doesn't define you. It's just another factor within a law school application. However, I will say that it is very important and it's within your best interest to try to get the highest score possible, because the higher score you get, the better schools you can get into. Honestly, the higher score you get, the more options you will have. Maybe even the better scholarships you will have, more scholarship options. So it is really important to try to do your best on your LSAT. Now, let's say you're at the point where you took the LSAT, you got your score, you're applying now. It is what it is. Okay, just when you research schools and you look at the average LSAT score, just kind of keep that in your mind, like, okay, my score is here and this school's average score is up here. Well, you can maybe know that school might be a reach school for you. Now, you should have your list of, like, you should have your list of obtainable schools that are right in the middle. Your reach schools that, this is a reach, but I'm still gonna go for it, but it is kind of, realistically, with my qualifications, it's a stretch. And then you have your backup schools. I know I can get into these schools, and for whatever reason, things don't work out, I know for a fact that I'm gonna get accepted into these schools over here. So you should have about 3 piles. These are the schools that, like, yes, I'm thinking this is a go. I can do this. Reach school, I'm gonna reach for it, but I don't know. And then my yes, 100%, if I apply, I'm getting in. And these are gonna be my backup schools. So just keep that in mind. But yes, LSAT score is really something to consider. Number 2 is consider what kind of law you want to practice. When deciding what schools you're going to apply to and what schools you're going to attend, you need to think about what type of law you want to practice, because let's say, for instance, you know you want to practice health law, and this school over here is ranked really high. Like, this school over here is a great school. It looks good on resumes. People, like, if you go to this school, like, you're good to go. However, this school isn't ranked as high as the school over here, but their health law program is ranked up here, and you want to practice health law. So remember, this school overall is a great school. Their health law program is like, it's whatever, but the school, the name is awesome. But this school's health law program is number 1 in the country. Which one are you going to choose, right? And I think that a lot of people will be tempted to choose this school over here because the name is just like, whoa. Like, when people hear this, it's like, whoa. However, you want to practice health law, you know you want to practice health law, and this school over here has a great number 1 health law program. It's probably worthwhile to consider this school over here with the number 1 health program, because that's the type of law you want to practice. And if that's the type of law you want to practice, you're going to get top tier education in that area of law, and there's probably going to be tons of opportunities, career opportunities for you, because that school is top, it's the top health law program. So that's just an example, but that's something to think about when it comes to what kinds of areas of law you want to practice. Is think about what areas of law that school specializes in, and you should really try to apply and attend schools that have great programs for the area of law, the areas of law that you're interested in and that you want to practice in. Like, whichever area that you're leaning towards the most, like, that will be better for you. Like, if you know that you for sure want to practice entertainment law, like you are 100% set on entertainment law, then you should be looking at schools in California. You should be looking at schools in California, because entertainment law is a very fruitful
practice area in California. So you should definitely be considering schools in California. Like, honestly, you know you want to practice entertainment law, but you're like, all your law schools are located in Idaho and Missouri, but you want to practice entertainment law. Like, yeah, if that's, where you got your scholarship in, then okay, I understand. Just know that it's going to be more of a challenge to get that entertainment job that you want.
You're going to have to do a lot more networking. You might even have to fly to like different conferences throughout your time in law school to really land an entertainment law job that you really want, because the location isn't really
that fruitful for you. So that's just something to think about. Like, the kind of law you want to practice is something you should keep in mind, and that's why you should really think about that while you're, before you apply to law school and during your application process. You don't have to know. A lot of people don't know. So if you don't know, that is 100% okay. But if you can at least take the time to assess the areas you're interested in, write them down, and then pick your schools kind of based on that. Like, well, I know they have a really good business law program, and I know I'm interested in business law. So I know they have the best business law professors at this school, and they have a great entertainment law club that has great resources. So this school is high on my list. That would be a really good way to think about it.
The geographic location is very important, because let's say that you are from New York, but you really want to practice, actually entertainment law is really good for in New York as well. Let's say you are from New York and you really want to practice tax law. And let's say that Delaware is really good for tax law, but you only apply to schools in New York. Well, if you know that you want to go to Delaware after law school, New York may not be the best place for you to go to law school, because if you go to law school in Delaware while you're in law school, there are always networking events going on. There are always bar associations with licensed attorneys that are partnering with law schools and inviting law students to come to their events and speaking on panels at law schools, and you're just automatically networking with professionals in the you're already networking with lawyers in a profession already, so you're bound to get exposure and you're bound to connect with lawyers that are in the city of your law school. So why not live in the city where you know you want to practice after law school? It's a good idea to really think about where you know you want to live later on down the line, or where you know you want to live after law school, because it could be really, really helpful to apply to law schools in that state or city. For example, now let's just role reverse. Let's just say that you live in Missouri and you really want to practice finance law, and you know that Chicago has a great opportunities for finance law, and you really want to move to Chicago after law school. Like, you've always wanted to move to Chicago, you heard about Chicago, you visited before, you love it. That's where you want to go. It's a big city, you know, you have good job opportunities, and it's great for finance. And you go to school in Missouri. Now, it's totally possible, don't get me wrong, very much possible, but it's just going to be harder for you. You're going to have to really be intentional about your internship opportunities, with who you network with, where you internship at. If you can get an internship in a Chicago office at a firm in one of their Chicago locations, then that would be awesome for you. Otherwise, it is going to be a lot more challenging to get a job in Chicago if you go to school in Missouri, because you're going to have to try to find some type of contacts, networks, etc. So just really think about the geographic location of your law school, because it could really help you out if it's already in the state and city that you want to live in after law school. Number 4 is the tuition rate and scholarship offers. Tuition is something that you really should consider when deciding what law school you want to attend, because tuition for law school can be very expensive. Loans are no joke, and the thing is, you have to pay this back. As soon as you get out of law school, you are going to have to pay back your loans. So if you can get any kind of scholarship for law school, I highly suggest getting it. If you are offered a full ride by any law school, highly consider it, because it will be worth your money. You won't have to go into debt. You won't have to worry about paying back your loans. You can just worry about working and accumulating wealth instead of being in debt and paying someone else after you worked hard for 3 years. So if you are offered a full ride, highly consider it. I'm not going to say, oh, just take it, because, the school that you're offered the full ride from, like, you need to think about, the pros and cons, but it is highly worth it, because law school is very expensive, and not even just tuition, but books and courses and study materials and so many other factors. So definitely think about how much your tuition is going to be, how much scholarships you have. If you didn't get offered that much money, then think about applying to as many scholarships as you possibly can. But yes, tuition is a big factor. Think about how much you really want to be paying back after you graduate law school. Another thing you should think about when deciding on what law school you should attend is a bar passage rate. The bar passage rate is really important because that will show you, okay, how many students after they graduate law school, how many of these students are passing the bar? What is their bar passage rate? And you want it as high as possible, obviously. Like 90s and above is like where you want the bar passage rate to be. I don't know like what the bar passage rate looks like across the board, but you want your school to have a high bar passage rate, because that means that they're preparing you properly for taking the bar. Because at the end of the day, once you're done with law school, guess what? You're still not you are a lawyer, but you're not licensed to practice. You still have to take the bar exam. So it is great that if your school can, actually prepare you for that exam so that you can get out in the field and do what you went to school to do. So really keep that in mind. That is a really good factor to look at when deciding what school you want to attend.
Another factor to look at is the employment rate. What percentage of students are employed after graduation or by graduation? That's something to look at as well. What resources does your school offer students to help them find jobs after law school? How long are they willing to help their students after they've graduated to find a job? That's very important. At the end of the day, you went to law school for your career, to get a well-paying job that you worked so hard for 3 years, spent your hard-earned money on to get that very nice education. You should be employed, right? So the employment rate is definitely something to look at because it shows how that school prepares that student for the job market and how that school will help their students obtain a job. Another thing to consider when deciding which law school to attend is the staff. You want to look at
what kind of staff does that law school hire? What do the professors look like? What's the woman to male ratio in the classroom, and especially the professors? Do they have diverse professors? What are the backgrounds of the professors? What are the qualifications of the professors? You really do want to go on the website, go to staff, and look at the professors, look at their qualifications. Have they written articles? Have they written books? How long were they in practice? Have they won any awards? Things like that you really want to look at. What are their areas of specialty? What classes do they teach? Do they teach multiple classes? You also want to talk to the students that have gone to that school and ask them, what is the faculty like at the school? What are the professors like? You want to know this because these are the professors that are teaching you the law. These are the professors that are preparing you to be an attorney, preparing you to advocate for clients and represent that school and yourself as an attorney. So you want to know what the staff is like. You want to know, do they really care about you? Do they really want you to succeed? Are they going to help you to succeed? Are they going to guide you? Are they going to take the time outside of the classroom to answer your questions and to help you with things that you don't know? Are they going to be willing to write you letters of recommendation? Like, you really want to speak to the students there, and you really want to get a feel for what the professional staff and the professors are like, and how do they prepare their students for the practice of law. Very, very important. Go on the website, look them up, and then talk to students that go there. Next, you want to make sure that you visit the law school. This is the vibe check, okay? Visiting the law school is very important. You need to feel the vibe. You need to step foot on campus, step foot in those classrooms, step foot in that, step foot wherever you need to. Step foot in the library, step foot in the auditorium, and you need to feel the vibes. You need to see, do I like this law school? Can I see myself sitting here? Can I see myself learning here? Can I see myself presenting my oral argument? What are the vibes? Like, see if the vibe of the law school really connects with your spirit, okay? It's true. You are never really gonna know. Like, pictures can only do so much. talking to people can only do so much. You have to decipher for yourself, is it a right fit for you? So definitely make sure you visit any law school that you are seriously thinking about going to. Plus, it looks good on you if you visit during the application process or on the student visit days that school has, because the application committee and the people that look over your application, they are paying attention to if you have visited the school. They're paying attention to, oh, this person visited once, this person visited 2 times, this person is serious about going here. She really wants to go here because she visited the campus. So yes, visit the school. Next thing on my list when deciding to attend a law school and apply to law school is previous law school experiences. You want to talk to current students that attend the law school or that have attended the law school, but especially current students that attend now, because they can give you the most accurate experience of the law school. And you want to ask them, what is their experience with the law school? How do you like it? How do you like the classes? How do you like the professor? Are there a lot of club options? Do you feel like you are truly learning the law? Do you feel prepared for practice? Like, you just really want to ask them everything you possibly can about their experience, because this is how you're really going to get the real deal. Like, you can only get so much through campus visits, through brochures, materials, through the website. Like, there's only so much you can really get through that stuff, right? And it's a lot of what they want you to know, what they want you to hear, what they want you to see. But you can get the real tea from the students that go there. Talk to the BOSSA students, talk to the SBA students, literally go on their website, reach out to the president of some organization, reach out to the president of Boston, reach out to the president of SBA and say, hey, could you put me in contact with someone that is interested in real estate law? Or can you put me in contact with someone? I just want to know about their experience, or what's your experience? Like, you have to reach out to the students that go to that law school and really get a full picture of what it's like to go there and what the student experience is like. And hopefully they'll be honest with you and they'll tell you the truth and they'll give you advice, and you'll continue to build your network and leave the field, even if you don't end up going to that law school. So all in all, these are my tips for things to consider when applying and when attending law school. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know how you like this video. Let me know what you want to know about law school, what you want to know about being an attorney, about being a licensed attorney. Let me know. Comment down below if you have any questions. Like I said, I am doing a series on all things law school, and I want to help you succeed. So please let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much for watching.